Here we go, boys. Nmra. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Car warming up. Cousin cooking breakfast. Left it out overnight. Probably shouldn't have done that. Should have put it back in the trailer. It wasn't too happy this morning, but it's never been started when it was like 39 degrees outside. It's ridiculous. But one thing good about this car is it's got plenty of freaking heat. Ain't got no air conditioning, but it's got some damn good heat. So we'll be good there. So we're still fighting that damn fuel pressure issue. I'm hoping we'll take care of that problem today. We ran a 8-gauge wire straight to the pump. That hat has a stud that goes through it, and it had a 10-gauge going to the top and a 10-gauge going to the bottom, going to the pump. We took that stud and everything out and just ran a straight 8-gauge wire going straight to the pump to see if it helped. We did a little pass at the house, and it does seem like it's helping, but the real test is going to be out here on the track later on the day. So we'll test that out, and yeah, let's see what the hell happens, guys. But we're gonna go over here and eat some breakfast real quick, get ready. I think we run about 10 o'clock, I think, is when we get our first test hit. I didn't get a test hit yesterday because they slammed me on the tech really hard. They're saying that I'm limited to 10.0 again because I ain't got an SF5 balancer on the car, and they're really being stickler about that damn thing. I can't believe they're that bad about a balancer, but whatever. We're still gonna run it out the back door on the last pass because what's the worst they can do? Send me home after my last pass? I mean, really. So we're gonna go ahead, eat the breakfast, and then we'll head over, all right?
Is that what they're running now?
Yeah.
This class?
This class. So we're in line now at True Street. We got everything set on the car, on the shocks and everything are set up, ready to rock and roll. About 102 people, I think is what they said, going on. So if everything works good, we'll report back. If it breaks up, we'll let you know.
Alright guys, I don't know if you could see what it was. It looked like it was 981 at 134 mile an hour. I'm walking back to meet up with them right now. We don't even have a pit over here at the racetrack. We're just staying at the camper. There he is. Meet up with him. We were told we couldn't run faster than 10.0 and we might be in trouble. So we'll see how this goes.
I looked back, I was like, oh shit. But I shifted at 6,000 RPM, so I was like...
Let's say, it didn't really seem like it, you turned it real hard. It got out of the hole good though.
I was trying not to go fucking faster than 10.0, but you know...
I know, that's... Oh, you know, it happens.
But yeah, I got out of it, then I got back in. It went 9.8, but you know, I kind of lollygagged it a little bit.
Oh yeah, you were lollygagging like crazy.
We're going to the pit. 9.8, letting off a lot, go.
151 60 foot.
Yeah.
Not great. How did you'll have to look at the
Well, you
video.
gotta think I only got 13 degrees of timing in it, so
113 mile an hour, yeah.
Yeah. It's only got 13 degrees of timing in. 118 to the 8th is definitely, what did it go in the 8th?
8th, it went 631 at 113.
Yeah, at 113, that's about right.
You think so?
But I got 13 degrees on it, and I think there's only like 10 degrees down low, so
yeah.
I think if I do some changing there, pick up. Like I said, I shifted at 6,000 RPM. So.
Go back, put a little timing in it.
I'm gonna put timing. I'm gonna go back and check the log, but yeah, I'm gonna put timing in it and pull some fuel out of it because it's like 10.5.
But we're gonna go back to the camper, look at the log, look at the video, see if we can make some changes. And
I'll make some changes, and I might go find that Kenneth guy and park over with him, so that way we ain't
gotta drive all the way back.
Yeah.
You want to do that now, or you just want to go All right, it is what it is.
Kind of like waiting for her to say, hey, you ran too quick, you can't go faster than 10-0 because it's a cage. I'm just like, what? She didn't say nothing, she handed me a ticket and just went right on. Dude, yeah, I should have went and found him. We should have parked back over there. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
It's a smart idea for them to send them through here. I don't know what we got. We don't have to go back over. Alright, so we made some changes to the car already. We went ahead and we pulled 3% of fuel because I had a 10.5 air fuel ratio a while ago, so we pulled some fuel out of it. And we pulled the headlight out to see if we can get some air up inside the engine compartment to cool it down. We're getting ready to make another pass real quick, so let's see what happens. All right, guys, what's going on? I'm going to do a quick ending to the video here. We made a few passes, well, 6 to be exact. Made 2 test hits in the morning. We only had 1 pass where we actually put ice in the tank, and we pulled the headlight out over here. And believe it or not, by doing that, and just because we only made an 1/8 mile hit on that pass, I should have ran it out the back just to check it. But needless to say, we picked up, I think it was 4 mile an hour by just pulling that headlight and icing the tank. Even with me icing the tank, the IATs are still high, and that's something I want to talk to you guys about. The car only went a 980 this weekend, and we're not happy with that at all, obviously. And I don't want anybody to think, you know, the Gen 5 Whipple or whatever is at blame, because it's not. My intercooler pump's cavitating or something, or the intercooler itself is in bad shape, which it didn't look real great to begin with, but we don't know which one it is, so we're gonna have to do some investigation. Basically, when I hit second gear, this thing would like skyrocket to 170 to almost 200 degrees on the IATs. Computer automatically starts pulling 8 degrees of timing. So as you can imagine, that's a lot of power that's pulling out of the car. The second thing we got going on is the converter is flashing at 2800 to 3000 RPM. That's not going to be enough to get it done. That's a 1.560 foot, that's all we got, which is really pathetic in my opinion for what we've got going on. So we get a few of these issues worked out. I believe that we can go probably like a low 9 on this pulley combination, but we're just going to have to get some of this stuff worked out. And being that's end of the year, I don't know if we're really going to be able to do a whole lot
with the car, to be honest with you. Because I've already got other plans for a different engine to go in it that's going to be 11.5 to 1. We got a block that's, we got aluminum block going in it, which is going to be lighter, help the car out some. Because believe it or not, this car weighed 3,700 pounds, which is ridiculous. I got to figure out a way to cut some weight on this thing this winter as well. The saline wing on the back of this thing, the spoiler, is, good Lord, it's heavy. I'm not sure what it weighs, but we might weigh that one day. And I might see if I can't send that off to like Anderson Composites or something and see if they can make a carbon fiber one for me. Because obviously I want to keep my saline setup going on here. I don't want to really make it look different. I really don't want a big drag wing on the back of it like that. But overall, the weekend was kind of a disappointment as far as times go, but we did get a bunch of data, and I'm going to show you guys the data that we got so that way you understand a little bit better what's going on. And we got the hood painted, but it does not match, obviously. It's a little bit different. And we obviously went to the same company that mixed this paint, and it just does not match up right. As you can see, it's a little bit different going on, but it's supposed to be Firethorn orange. That's what this color code is Firethorn orange. It used to be a DuPont, now it's a Exalta or something like that. That's who does it. It's a Hot Hues. A lot of you guys stopped by and was asking, hey, what color is it? Well, now you know it's Firethorn orange. Exalta is the one, the company that makes it. That's the only company you can get it through because nobody else makes it. It's an aftermarket color. It's kind of like House of Color stuff. You know, it's just, that's the only thing you can do it. So nobody else can mix that really, unless you go get it scanned and they can get it somewhat close, but it ain't gonna be perfect, obviously. But I did see a lot of you guys out there. You did stop in, say hey. I really appreciate that. That meant a lot to us. Me and Adam really enjoyed talking to a whole lot of you people. It was very interesting. A lot of you guys have a lot of fast cars, actually a lot faster than mine, believe it or not. So I don't know why you're watching my videos, to be honest, but I really appreciate it. We met a guy named Kenneth down there, and I can't think of it. He's got a YouTube channel. He's seen us in the campgrounds because that's where we parked the car at and everything, and he came over and he offered us to go park with him, and I really appreciate that, Kenneth. I'll go get, he gave me a t-shirt, so I want to go check out the t-shirt, and at the end of the video I'll either say or put down in the bottom of the description or something of the YouTube channel. The guy's really cool. He had a 2000, it was S550. I don't remember which year it was. I couldn't remember if it had the new headlights or old headlights. I didn't really pay close attention, but he has a Gen 5 Whipple on that thing as well, and it's badass. He went 155 mile an hour, I do believe. But he was having a whole lot of issues with traction. He never could really make a good pass. He said the cars went like a 9.0. It's a pretty badass setup. So Kenneth, I really appreciate you letting us park with you, buddy. And yeah, other than the fact that we went to Nmra, guys, and we did what we could, I had fun with my friends and my family out there, which is what it's really all about, in my opinion. But we are going to be doing some changing up on the car. We've got some work to do, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of work. 980s is not what I wanted. I know that's not what you guys want to see. I know a lot of people were commenting and, you know, sending me messages saying, hey man, you're gonna go out and run an 8 this weekend. And I was so pumped up. I was like, hell yeah, everybody thinks I'm gonna run an 8. I was like, I'm probably gonna do it. So, you know, I'm on Instagram saying, heck yeah, I wanna go for my 8 this weekend. And it wasn't even, there was no way I was getting that 8 this weekend. Which that's what happens when you run one time a year. You know, I've got this thing where I hate working on the car during the winter time because it's cold. I hate cold weather. I hate being out in the shop when it's cold outside. I just can't stand it. I hate the heat when you have to put the heat in the shop because you get, you know, all dried out and you got to smell the fumes and stuff. But I do have a mini split now, so it's not going to be too bad. But typically what happens is he'll get spring and start warming up, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's go racing, boys. And then I'll start working on the car, and I use the whole summer to get it ready to go, and then at the end of the year, I go run Nmra. We've got to change that. That's got to go out the window because one race a year is not going to get us where we want to be, and I know you guys want to see a little bit more racing, and I do have some racing clips. I think I probably already entered them in the video already. Let you guys see it. So we're going to have to do something about the converter, obviously. Like I said, 2,800 to 3,000 RPM flash is not going to get anywhere where we want to be.
I don't know if I'm gonna stick with the 4R70W or just go ahead and switch over to a turbo 400 and just call it good. My cousin Adam did offer me one up, so it's gonna be a hard decision because I could get a turbo 400 and just throw gear vendors behind it. Let me know what you guys think on that. Anyways, I appreciate all you guys watching the videos and subscribing and liking the channel. If you don't care, continue to support us, share us. It really means a lot. Hopefully we can go out there and get that 8 for everybody so I don't disappoint you guys too much, you know. And anyways, I want to get off here. We'll see you later. Y'all have a good day.